Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Donna here, and it's Friday the 13th. I've always looked upon Friday the 13th as a lucky day. Maybe it's because I'm descended from some Salem witches or I like black cats. But anyway, it is Friday the 13th, but we're going to play in the wreath room. And the bubble lady is back in town. She's going to make a patriotic bubble wreath. Now I've made one somewhat like this before, change it up a little bit with a different ribbon and maybe a sign, but the one I made 2 or 3 years ago, 3 years ago I think now, finally gave up the ghost. It got so faded out and not at all patriotic looking when I took it down this past time. So I had to make a new one, and I think I've got the same kind of mesh that I had before. So we're going to see. It makes a really pretty bubble wreath. We're going to be doing that today, and Sunday we're going to be back in the kitchen for another Mad About March episode. Of course, we won't be doing March Madness appetizers, but we're still going to get together on Sunday. And then Tuesday I'm hoping to be working on a grapevine wreath. And so I will let you know if I'm going to change it, but that's what my plan is for now. But for today, let's get down to the counter and make a patriotic bubble. Be right back. Okay, here we are. This is a 14-inch frame from the Dollar Tree. When I tie the bubbles on the frame, I keep getting asked this question, and sometimes it's difficult to see when I'm working at it. I will be tying them around the middle 2 wires. Okay? Around the middle 2 wires. And this is the mesh we're going to be using, this pretty mesh, red, white, and blue. And I have it over here in the mesh roller. So let's get started gathering up together here. And I will endeavor, just yell at me if I get out of frame. And I'm going to go around one of these crossbars with this zip tie, only because it helps to keep it tight. We'll push that down, and then we'll get that down underneath. It doesn't have to go right now. Okay, now, bubbles. Edges under. Right? Edges under. And I think you can see me right there. All right. I'm making 10-inch bubbles. I'm going to come right back to where I just put that one, and using half pipe cleaners in red. It really truly doesn't make a difference what color pipe cleaner you use because they don't show. And I'm just going to drop the pipe cleaner. I'm just going to push this right up to where I just started. Mercy sakes, I've dropped that pipe cleaner twice. Hold on to that. Using my thumb on the top, okay, to push it down towards the frame, and that just makes it, when I twist these, tighter. So we're all having a bit of a hassle nowadays with this coronavirus. And I'm sure in a couple of months It'll just be a memory, not a pleasant one necessarily, but it'll be a memory. And in the meantime, the safest thing for you to do is to play in your craft room. If you find it hard to work with a half pipe cleaner, you can use a whole one. You just have to go around afterwards and cut them off because you don't need that length. And you can see I'm twisting. Now this one I'm going to bring and twist to one I already did. Just one twist. And that just helps me keep them tight. That's 3. We live in a community, a fairly large community, and this time of year there's well over 1,000 people here. And so it's kind of nerve-wracking. There's so many activities and everything going on. Some of them now are being canceled. I think appropriately so. Because we're over the 55-year area, and a lot of the residents here, drop that one, a lot of the residents here have what you call comorbidities, other underlying health problems. So it's better safe than sorry. But I tell you what, we're also having record heat in the mid to upper 80s. So you probably can hear a rumbling in the background. I have the air conditioner going down here. Down here it's just a window or a wall air conditioner. It's not under central air. There we go. 3, 4, 5, and I think 6 will be my limit for this. And if you remember, when we did the 10-inch yellow bubble, I think we had 12 in the first section. So the bubbles, it took twice as many. And again, now I'm going to just go to the one I just did and go around that one. This is a pretty mesh for a patriotic wreath. What did I do? I lost it. Bubble, bubble, toil and trouble here. Let's get that back up here. Huh. Which one did I lose? Okay, there we go. There you go with one section. Pretty, huh? Okay, easy peasy. Edges under, pull out 10 inches. And back, tight. Pipe cleaner around the top. Around those middle 2 wires. And tie it off. And you see how the back looks. And we go, afterwards you can always go and straighten all those ties out. Now this one wants to slide because it's in the new section. So let me just see if I can bring this up. And I'm just going to see if I can anchor it on this crossbar a little bit. And that will just help hold it. There we go. And of course as soon as I put a couple more in, it'll hold it anyway. How's everybody handling daylight savings time? Sometimes I don't like it. Sometimes I don't like it because it's still daylight when I go to bed. You know, us old folks. But I worked early shifts for so long that I'm up at 5 o'clock, between 5 and 6 every morning. I don't know how to sleep in. Once in a great while I might sleep till 6:30, but that's a rarity. So when you're up that early, nighttime comes quickly. This mesh is quite heavy when you bubble it up, so it is a little difficult to work that pipe cleaner around. You have to make sure that you're pushing with your thumb. There are 6 sections on one of these. I'm going to get through the second section, and then I will go off camera and continue around and not make you watch me do every bubble. I was really going to work on my grapevine wreath today, but I just didn't get out to get some of the flowers that I'm interested in. I need a new wreath for my everyday decorations in my family room. And the colors in there are predominantly blue. The couch is blue. So I wanted to get some blues. Well, I find the edge of it. Here we go. Oh, that's going the wrong way. Here we go. Boy, if you try to pull it the wrong way, it just doesn't go anywhere. Now I am going to move on to the next section now because this has filled it up. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the second one. So it's probably going to be 4 or 5 in each one. I will be back in a little bit. Let me see how far I can get around the wreath. Well, looky here. We got all the way around. Isn't that gorgeous? That mesh is so beautiful, and it's so stiff. And what a wreath it makes. And I have probably about 2 feet left on this roll. I cut it off. And if I can get it off the roll, I'll show you. Ooh, that is stapled on there. Here we go. That's all that was left. You know, I don't mind tossing that pit. So now this one, I'm going to pull it down underneath. And zip tie it. Then I can cut it short. And that little starter one is still sticking up here. Let's just push this underneath. There we go. What do you think? Pretty nice, huh? Okay, I've got my USA sign that I'm going to try to get down to the frame without wrecking the bubbles. See if I can do that. Bubble wreaths are tricky to get signs on because the bubbles are so dimensional and you don't want to squish them. I'm going to the form and giving it a couple of good twists. And one more. There is an end on this pipe cleaner. I just can't find it. See, 3 go on pretty good, and one's going to give me a pain. Got it. There we go. Got it. I'm just doing a couple of twists. Well, I'm going to make a bow. I don't know. I think the sign is really going to be all it can handle. But let's just see if we can get a little bow. I have this cute ribbon. If you remember this ribbon, it has the trucks and the flags on it. Now what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to come up this way and pinch, and then I'm going to go up this way and pinch, down this way and pinch, down on the top, I'm not twisting, and then up on the bottom, down on the top, up on the bottom. And what this does is keep the trucks all going in the same direction, you see? One more. And holding a fistful of ribbon. I'll use a zip tie. I'm going to put this zip tie under my thumb in the front, bring it around the back, see if I can get it started with one finger here. There we go. And when you pull them out, give them a little twist. And that kind of makes them stand up better. And you know what I forgot to do? Let's see if I can squish one in there. I forgot to put a pipe cleaner in. I might be able to just get that underneath that. Aha, success. And of course I disrupted it again, but I'll fix it. that a little bit too far back. There we go. There you go. Nice wreath. I love it. I'm going to go put it on the wall and we'll show you what it looks like. Be right back. Well, there you go. I have it up on the kitchen wall right now so we can see what it looks like. And as you can see, I like the sign, but I ditched the bow. I didn't care for it. The bow has, it's a different color blue. I'm going to be making a navy blue bubble wreath with some red ruffles, and I think that bow would look nice on that wreath, but this one, it just detracted from, I'm not going to make a bubble, this will be a poof, but this one, it detracted from the bubbles. And the sign, of course, I made that last year. So there you go. Boy, that makes a beautiful bubble. So I'll be back in just a minute with a couple of parting words. See you in a bit. Okay, so that was the bubble for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give me a thumbs up and share it if you liked it. If you're new here for the first time, please consider subscribing and hitting that bell. One of these days I'll figure out how to put that on the screen. I see it pop up on everybody's screen. I haven't figured that out yet. But you can still hit the subscribe button even if it doesn't pop up. Anyway and anyhow, I enjoyed making it. I probably look a little worse for wear right now. It's hot down there. And so I'm glad to be back upstairs in the central air conditioning. And I just was looking around that wreath room. It's out of control again. You know, you get it all prettied up and all organized and get busy doing things. And I try to clean up a bit after each time. But boy, oh boy, it doesn't take long. Well, I need to put in an order with Craft Outlet for some more pretty colors for summer. Some blues and maybe some window pane purples and whites and things like that. So we'll be working on some of those coming up, some summer wreaths. And I have to tell you, just before I started this wreath, someone came to the door. I had a birthday party I went to, and I gave the person a card that says a wreath of your choice, and they could have me, I would make whatever they'd like, either a deco mesh wreath or a grapevine wreath. Well, she came to the house today and she bought one right off of my wreath hook area in the shed, and I explained to her those were not new wreaths. I'd had them outside and they might be faded. But she was very happy to have one of those grapevine wreaths with multicolored flowers on it. So they bought it right off the wall. That was nice. I'm glad she enjoyed it. And I told her if by any chance these things start falling off, because you know hot glue after a while and the Florida heat kind of lets go, I'll be very happy to make her another one. I'm of the mindset that if somebody buys a wreath from me, I generally give them the follow-up wreaths. So I give away more than I do anything else. But anyway, and anyhow, I enjoy making them, and I enjoy being with you making them. So I hope you all have a great afternoon. Stay safe. It's a good time to get back in touch with your family and friends, your family, and have your indoor activities for a while until this blows over, and it will blow over. I think it's probably going to get a little worse before it gets better, but it will get better. So hopefully all of you stay well, and play nice now, and I'll see you on Sunday. Bye-bye.